Hello everyone. Among you there are 6 upperclassmen but 2 underclassmen, the moles. There will be 3 rounds of 2.5 minutes each, and at the end of each round you will vote on who you think the moles are. At the end of the 3rd round, when all is said and done, you will see if you have voted the moles out or not. If you have, you win, but if you haven't, the moles win. Round 1.
I'm a senior.
I'm a junior.
I'm a junior.
I'm a junior.
I'm a senior.
I'm a junior.
Junior. I'm a junior.
Who is your favorite teacher and why?
I would say Mr. Frostad. He's just really nice and he makes me feel welcomed in his class.
Scotty D was my favorite teacher. He's pretty chill.
Mr. Furran, he's a family friend.
I like Mr. Burnett. He's really funny.
I've only had Burnett for tech theater. I've never had him for any of the upperclassmen classes. I thought my answer for Mr. Burnett was a little bit basic, but.
I really miss Miss Poland. I didn't get to have her again.
I would say Miss Leander. She's very uplifting and always fun to be around.
I like Castro. She's my advisory teacher.
I like Mr. Samak. He's fun to be around. I just decided to go roughly with what everyone else did around there. Like when all of them were saying juniors and seniors and stuff like that, I said something along those lines.
In your opinion, what is the most stressful thing about being an upperclassman?
College visits.
I guess, just worrying about where you're going to go to college and what you're going to do with the rest of your time.
Yeah, thinking about the future.
Now for me, I don't have very many classes here, so I don't get to see my friends very often. That's a big.
Like jobs and stuff.
Kind of judged based on how confident the voices were. And I think it was number 3. It was one of them that just sounded not confident. And number 6, I think.
How many periods do you guys all have here?
7.
7.
Oh.
How many do you have?
I have 3 because I'm in Running Star.
Just trying to figure out who was near me and who even I might recognize, which I didn't really recognize anyone, but I was just kind of cool listening, not really saying much.
Round 1 is over. Now it's time to vote for who you think are the moles. Raise your hand if you think mole is player 1. Raise your hand if you think mole is player 2. Raise your hand if you think the mole is player 3.
I think I blended in well because I have friends who are upperclassmen and my brother, so I hear them talk about junior, senior stuff.
Raise your hand if you think the mole is player 4. Raise your hand if you think the mole is player 5. Raise your hand if you think the mole is player 6.
I voted for 6 in the first round because his voice was literally shaking. He was so nervous. It was just like you're done, bro.
Raise your hand if you think the mole is player 7. Player 6, you have been eliminated.
I tried to keep my answers short, and I probably should have elaborated a little bit more and it might have helped. I truly don't know, though. I wasn't overly surprised because I was kind of expecting it, but it's a bummer.
Round 2.
What year was everyone born in?
I was born in 2007. This is player 8.
Player 3, 2007.
Player 4, 2007.
Player 5, 2008.
Player 7, 2008. I have a question for player 8. Do you run cross country?
I do.
Okay, yeah, I don't think player 8's the mole. Distinctive voice.
Oh, I didn't say how my year. I'm player 1. I'm 2006.
2006.
That's really suspicious.
Yeah, I'm old.
What sports extracurriculars you guys do?
Player 7, I do tennis and debate. Hopefully my voice is more recognizable and people knew that, not a ton of people do debate or tennis.
I'm player 8. I do track and cross country.
I'm player 2. I do track and green club.
Player 2, were you the one who said Frostad's your favorite?
Yes, I am.
I think I know who you are. I don't think you're the one.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm player 4. I just work.
I'm player 5. I don't really do any sports, but I am in choir.
I'm play number 1. I have a job, so I don't have a lot of time to do things, but I'm in yearbook, so I'm also doing that a lot of the time.
Where do you work at?
I work at a Starbucks in Oak Harbor. I don't want to say where specifically because of senior assassin, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
If you could talk to your freshman self, what advice would you give them?
Probably that's like the easiest you're ever gonna have it. It gets worse, but then it gets better, but it's mostly worse.
I'm number 4. It's a little personal, but I would say cut my hair. It's a bad look.
Player 2, I would say to just do all the extracurriculars and don't just sit at home and play video games.
I'm player 3, and the easiest thing. I miss AP Hugs so much. I think they could probably sense my unease.
Get homework done on time. Piles up pretty quickly.
Player 5, I would just say like be more involved and just like don't worry about what other people are thinking of you.
Round 2 is over. Raise your hand if you think Mole is player 1. Raise your hand if you think Mole is player 2. Raise your hand if you think the Mole is player 3.
I don't know, the girl next to me, she sounded sus. She sounded suspicious. Like, it didn't make sense. So what she was saying didn't sound right to me.
I think 3 was the mole, right? Was 3 Ursula?
Raise your hand if you think the Mole is player 4.
I think I just voted for whoever was next to me so that they wouldn't hear me moving around.
Raise your hand if you think the Mole is player 5. Raise your hand if you think the Mole is player 7.
But hopefully people kind of knew it was me. I also tried to talk more confidently, and hopefully that made people know that, I wasn't the mole.
Player 3, you have been eliminated.
I think I was too quiet and I should have been more confident with my answers. Wasn't surprised, but I was ready to answer more questions. I had answers made up in my head, so I was a little disappointed.
Well, players, your vote has resulted in a tie. Now it's time for tiebreaker. Player 4 and Player 5 will both have 30 seconds to explain why they are not the mole. Player 4, you may begin now.
All right, well, I've been in high school for 4 years now. I'm not the best student, right? I don't take all these AP classes, but I'm definitely a student here, right? And I'm definitely a senior. There's not a lot to convince. I just am. Yeah. That's it.
Any last words?
No.
Your 30 seconds is up.
I was natural. I didn't really lie, right? So I didn't have anything to hold back, and I think a lot of people believed what I was saying just because it was true.
Now, Player 5, you may begin now.
I've been here for technically 3 years, although I was homeschooled my first semester freshman year. I've taken required classes, and I'm involved in a lot of stuff, and I don't know, it's just so hard to convince how you're not the mole, but I am a junior. I've been here for 3 years, and yeah.
Your 30 seconds is up.
Well, I just said, I just told the truth, and I feel everyone has a different high school experience, so I feel if I told the truth, then I feel that's what would make me, blend in more.
Raise your hand if you think the mole is Player 4. Raise your hand if you think the mole is Player 5. Player 5, you have been eliminated.
I didn't really feel defeated or anything because we had already gotten the 2 moles out previously, but I think the reason for that was the question, trying to defend yourself. It was just kind of put on the spot, and you kind of just tend to repeat what you say, and you don't really tend to think, so I feel that's what made me get voted out. I remember number 1 talking about how she only had 3 classes because she did running start, and so I feel like that sounding so realistic would have caused her to blend in, so that's why I tried being like realistic, seeing if it would make me blend in, but I guess it didn't.
Round 3. Now you can vote for whether you think the moles are still in the game or not.
Can I make a comment?
Yeah.
I think we should keep playing because I don't think there's a harm in like voting another person out. We have one less of us. We can still win. I think we should keep playing.
Yeah, you all said we were like juniors and seniors, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, what am I gonna say? Can you name like a senior from like 2 years ago that you went to school with?
I would say Claire Schnabel, I don't know.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Is that 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
I don't think 2's the mole anyway. So.
Oh.
How about you, player 4?
I think Jacob Diggeson was 2 years ago. Right.
That's my boy.
I think we might have already gotten the moles out.
Yeah, I also think.
Just from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strategy after that was just didn't really matter who we vote because I already thought that we got the first 2 out. So that's why I kind of went after Torch. I have a question for 4 though.
Yeah.
Like cite some of the alma mater.
Oh, no. Incorrect.
Or just like at least 2 words, like the 2 most important words.
Yeah, I actually have no clue.
I don't think 4 is not the mole.
Okay, you don't think 4 is not the mole. How about you, number 1? What are the 2 most important words for alma mater?
I don't remember all the alma mater, but I would say when I think of it would be Hail to thee our alma mater, and what, Anacord is high, then.
I watch a lot of the odd one outs because I watch the Jubilees online with the different people. And I thought about the alma mater one because I know that most underclassmen don't even know the Anacord is high part. Most juniors and seniors should know that. 4. Describe the process for getting a parking permit.
Dude, are you trying to out me?
Nah, I'm just curious. Like,
I just felt like even me stumbling, like that should have like helped my case, even though like I was just on the spot. Like I just felt like what I was gonna say was just gonna like it was gonna make sense, even though like when he asked about my parking permit, I mean I don't have a parking permit, but he kind of outed me, so like it made sense, right? But yeah.
I thought about the parking permit question because I knew that they'd either explain the process or say that they don't have a permit. And I think for me, a lot of it was just sort of identifying who was who. I mean, it doesn't really matter who we kick out, right? Because I think we already got everyone. So I just want to double check.
Raise your hand if you think the mole has been eliminated. Players, please take your blindfolds off.
Yeah, I just told him. Yeah, I just told him. Yeah.